You have a bigger team, guess what? You let your team down, you let their families down too. And you feel all of that weight. That's that weight of leadership. And then the last piece I'd talk about here is doubt and fear. It feels like the doubt that you had is real. That every doubt that you ever had leading up to that point of failure, it must have been right. You were right the whole time. The conspiracy was right. Everything was conspiring against you. And same thing as that fear, right? We have this fear of failure, fear that we're not good enough, imposter syndrome, all those kind of things. And so we feel that fear, we feel that doubt. And then when the failure happens, we go, oh, I was right the whole time, right? It becomes this kind of self-fulfilling prophecy. And what happens as you carry forward with that is you go, and now, oh, I already know I'm going to fail, so I stop putting in as much effort and go, oh, the deck's already stacked against me and all those kind of things. And you wind up, different recording down here. Taking it, you have to switch it up every now and then. But you wind up feeling that doubt and that fear, and it pushes you and weighs you down, and it really can hurt your impact, your performance there. Now, I already kind of mentioned some, but there's all sorts of real examples of failure. One of them is the plants right here, right? So actually the plants are doing really well this year because I learned from previous years of failure. A couple different years I've gone and tried to grow my plants out here in the garden in the summer. In Tucson, Arizona, that's a hard thing to do, right? I failed a lot with a lot of different plants, trying all sorts of things. Some plants didn't come out of the ground. Some plants grew great like this. If you went through a time machine, came back and looked at the garden about this time last year, it would look like this. I can tell you in about a month, it didn't look like that. They all died. The sun got them. That's a real failure. I put all this work in, toiling in the soil, turning it all over, mixing in some nutrients and extra stuff, laying down this fabric so the weeds don't grow through, planting my seeds, going in and watering them twice a day for the first couple weeks so you can really get them started, spacing out the water and helping them get big and strong, taking care of them, pulling weeds, pulling grass, all that work. And guess what happened? They died. It was a failure, right? Same kind of thing, happens inside a business. You spend months working for something, and guess what happens? It fails. People don't like your idea. Turns out it wasn't a very good idea, or it's just not the right time, not the right way to go about it. All of those different pieces there. I also mentioned, losing a rugby game. Whether it's a big loss, like you get blown out, or it's a close game, nail biter, and you lose at the last second. Two very different feelings. You have to be able to frame those losses to your team, to yourself. Otherwise, you're just going to repeat those failures there. You could have a dud product launch. Oh my gosh. So I've had a handful of those where you go and you build something, and you spend all this time building, and you build a launch, get all the social media content queued up, and then nothing. Crickets. And that's a tough place to be. And it's a really, really hard failure to bounce back from. And one of the other ones I'd like to talk about is just losing your cool. I think that's a failure that most people don't think about too much, or the wrong people don't think about it enough. But for a lot of us, we're in a situation where we're priding ourselves on being calm, being a good leader, being cool, calm, and collective under pressure. And when you lose your cool, ooh, that is a failure, and that hurts, and it gets in your head. And those things can really drive you crazy. It goes back to that framing, right? Framing failure is so important because when you frame it in these negative ways that we talked about, where I become the failure, now I can't shake that. I am the failure, so what's the point of even trying anymore? I am already the failure. Each attempt that I try again and again and again is just going to fail because I am the failure, right? Same kind of thing. You start thinking about like, oh my gosh, every time I fail, I have to start from zero and I have to start everything completely over. That's a crappy place to be. It can be really easy to get negative with that, right? And then thinking back to the team organization, the team or the organization in that environment, if you frame those things, those failures negatively, then everyone in your team is going to feel it also. And then now you have an entire team that feels like, oh, God damn it, we got to start from zero. You have an entire team that feels like they were the failures, right? You have an entire team that then becomes scared to experiment, scared to innovate, scared to try again because they feel like they are the failures there.